In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a pinhole leak in your sleeping pad. Let's go! On my most recent backpacking trip, I noticed that my sleeping pad had a very slow leak in it. It took literally all night for it to drain out, but by the time I woke up in the morning, I'd be laying on flat ground. Those very small leaks can be difficult to find. I tried a bathtub method and didn't work. It was too hard to get that sleeping pad under the water to try to find the leak. What did work was using the soap in the spray bottle method. I took about 2 tablespoons of dish soap and I filled the rest with water and I sprayed it down. And lo and behold, I was able to identify 2 small pinhole leaks in my sleeping pad. Notice the small spot foaming right here. This is what you're looking for. After a minute or two, you can see that both spots are really starting to bubble up. From there, I wiped the spots dry and then marked them with a Sharpie. Let's take a quick trip into the workshop and I'll show you how I fixed it. We are in the workshop today and we are going to work on fixing the 2 pinholes here and here that I marked on my sleeping pad. First thing you're going to do is take some rubbing alcohol and clean off the area. So I'm going to do that now. Just want to make sure it's nice and clean so that you have a good solid clean area so the seam grip I'm going to put on there can stick. The materials we're going to be using for this repair are some seam grip, and we're going to start out by putting a very small area of the seam grip around the holes. We are going to follow it up with some Tenacious Tape. I squeezed a small amount of the seam grip onto a piece of scrap cardboard and was going to dip it on here with the brush and lightly cover this area here. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to go do this one. Notice that all the air is out of my pad right now. And according to the instructions, you don't have to make a huge circle with this. I'm just going, I'd say this is about maybe a 1/2 inch around, maybe even 3/4 of an inch around. And that's it. I took a piece of the Tenacious Tape and I cut it to just slightly larger than this area. I'm going to just press it down here very tight. Some people say you don't need to use the Tenacious Tape on these pinholes, but I'm going to do it just to be extra sure. I've let this sit overnight and it looks really good. I was originally going to brush some of that seam sealer around the edges, but this Tenacious Tape looks like it is on there pretty tight. So what I'm going to do is blow this up, see how it holds up. Here's the final product on the inflated sleeping pad. I'm really happy how this turned out. It looks great. If it wasn't for those black marks on there from the Sharpie, it would be pretty tough to even tell where I made the repair. Well, that's all for this one. I hope this video helps you repair any tiny holes that you find in your sleeping pad. As always, if you found any value in this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you on the trail.